Once you're doing this, as you continue to come down into the hitting area and you keep feeling this clockwise movement, all you have to do is continue that direction until the club automatically releases. You're going to see that as you rotate your wrist clockwise and the shaft falls and you have all this leverage, this lag, it naturally wants to release. You don't have to do anything. You're going to feel this for yourself. So if you haven't already, grab a club, make this clockwise loop with your arm, let the club and wrist set as you continue to make a clockwise movement with your wrist. And as you keep doing this, the more that you let it start to set all the way back as far as that wrist will go, once you're there, it's naturally going to turn over. You don't have to think about the release. You don't have to think about timing it. If you simply rotate your wrist, it's going to set and get it to release. Isn't that cool? All you have to do, this clockwise movement, once I'm here, you'll see your wrist wants to keep moving clockwise. It just keeps doing that, and that is the whole secret to a properly timed release, is you don't time it at all. You just move clockwise, and you feel this for yourself. It just keeps moving clockwise, which makes it release perfectly at the right time every single time. Now let's look at how to integrate this with the body. So set the club down for a second and understand that the whole way that you have to get your body to move is shockingly simple, and it's going to blow your mind how easy this is. All you have to do is shift pressure in a clockwise circle around your right foot, and you'll have perfect body movements just like Tiger Woods or any other great ball striker. So now we're going to imagine a clock on the ground. So 12 o'clock is straight in front of me, 3 o'clock is to my right, 6 and 9. So now clockwise is this way. And all I need to do is shift pressure around the perimeter of my right foot in a clockwise circle. And this, once you see how this all ties together with your arms and hands, you're going to be perfectly in sync. So what we're going to do, just start shifting pressure. All I'm thinking about is going around the edge of my shoe. I'm at 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm exaggerating this a little bit so you'll see my foot coming off the ground. And all I'm doing here is making a little clockwise pressure shift. I call this the merry-go-round. You're just going around and around a merry-go-round. But what you're going to notice is as you're going around in this clockwise circle, what's happening to your whole body? Your whole body is gyrating in sync with the pressure on your right foot. But all you have to feel is the pressure shift. That's it. As I'm doing this, you'll note that my knee is moving more than my ankle and my hip is moving more than my knee. It creates this butterfly effect. By simply focusing on the pressure shift around your foot, your whole body is starting to move in rhythm and in sync. Now, at some point, we want to get off this merry-go-round, and that happens at the bottom of the hour, or 6 o'clock. So you know by now that most amateurs, as they swing up, they start swinging over the top, they get way out on their toes. Even in the backswing, they start standing up and they fall over. If this is you, this is going to be a game changer, because what you need to feel is as you're shifting this pressure back in this clockwise circle, once you get to 6 o'clock, which would be the same as the top of your backswing, as you'll see in a moment when we add the arms back in. Once you're at 6 o'clock on your heel, your hips will be deeper, and as you start moving to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you're naturally starting to shift your hips back to the lead side. So if you're the type of golfer that hangs back and hits a flip, this is a game changer. You're getting naturally, by thinking about making a clockwise movement, you know exactly when and how to start shifting your weight back to your lead side. And as we do this, once we get to 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we start moving up onto this big toe as we get closer to the top of the hour. We keep that clockwise movement going, and once I get onto my big toe, I'm using that to help rotate my hips. You see this? So I'm going to start 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You can see my hips starting to move, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Now I'm up towards my big toe, and I just drive that knee and hip forward to open my hips. And you'll see my lead leg naturally straightens. If you're the type of golfer who looks like this at impact, it's because you're simply not using this merry-go-round movement to get your hips open. Drive that knee forward off your big toe, and you'll have all your weight on your lead side, and you will naturally get your hips open and out of the way, which is critical to get the club to shallow out. You've got to make room for your hands to stop swinging over the top. Now, let's put all of this together. We don't need a club yet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do your clockwise movement with your hand, while combining this with the pressure shift, the clockwise pressure shift on your right foot. So now I call this playing air guitar, right? We're strumming up on the air guitar while on the merry-go-round. You're playing air guitar on the merry-go-round. And what's going to happen is you're going to feel how everything, your whole body, starts to sync up. You feel it? Naturally, without me telling you anything, as your arm starts to fall and come back down to strum up on the guitar, which would be getting into the release, you're naturally timing that with the pressure shift on your right foot, which is getting your weight all the way over